If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'll let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in, but in the meantime and in between time, I'm going to give some shouts out to the early birds. We are on the late shift, so I appreciate y'all hanging in there with me and entertaining this impromptu live. I did not want the day to pass without recognizing these events. Let's see, who we got there, Make sure y'all smash that like up, fam. Smash those likes up. DP Rocker, what up? Cincinnati, what it do? Okay, fam. I think I'm gonna go in right here. Let me go in. Let's see. Let me make sure to check out my volume and everything. Make sure everything okay. Interesting story here, fam. Interesting story. One that we've actually seen before, not the exact same situation, but very similar. We've seen this before. We got a YouTuber who was murdered along with his wife on the Las Vegas Strip. Murdered along with his wife on the Las Vegas Strip. And here's the deal, fam. All of this allegedly was over them putting strikes on each other's YouTube channel. Finney the Legend was murdered on the Las Vegas Strip along with his wife. Finney the Legend had an ongoing beef with a guy named Manny, Sin City Manny Wise. And from what I understand, this had been going on for a while. I was not informed of who these guys were until today. When the story hit, I started checking it out, doing my research, checking out some of the videos, and I'm telling you this, fam, these guys were going at it. They were as disrespectful as a man could be toward another man, and both of them were disrespectful, extremely disrespectful. They were going at each other hard. I saw one stream where Finney the Legend played Manny calling his mama the B word, so he came back and called the Manny mama the B word. And this is how they was talking to each other, like really disrespectful, calling each other the B word and H word and everything else. Totally disrespectful. You know, I wonder sometimes, fam, when these dudes be as disrespectful as they are, you know they bring heat on themselves. So I guess they don't too much care about that. But how much do they really care about their loved ones when they step out there like that and bring that type of heat on themselves where they be disrespectful and they tell other dudes to pull up. They're on the internet talking tough and talking about pull up. Because this dude, Finny the Legend, told Sin City Manny Wise to pull up. And he pulled up with that thing on him. He pulled up. Yeah. He pulled up with that thing on him. And he gave it to him. Now, I'm not taking one side or the other because I don't know either one of these guys. But I can say that both of these guys was extremely disrespectful. And there's a lot of that going on the internet. And it's primarily, it seems like to me, it's men. It's like men primarily. Like a bunch of catfighting between men. Just being extremely disrespectful. These guys were going at each other hard. I saw where Sin City Manny Wise was online saying something about he's looking for Finny the Legend. He's riding around in his car looking for him. He heard he was in his city and he was looking for him. He's looking for him. He's saying, I'm looking for him. Finny the Legend didn't appear to be afraid of him because he kept on saying, I ain't scared, I hate you, I want to whoop you, and let's go back in the alley, me and him, you know, and I don't want to get in no trouble, so let's just go and we can fight it out. Now, I heard that reportedly they had gotten into a squabble before, but going forward, he was like, yeah, man, we can fight and we can settle this like men, and woo, woo, woo. Well, apparently Buddy didn't want to fight. Buddy wanted to kill. And anytime somebody want to fight, somebody thinking fight, and if you're thinking fight and somebody else is thinking kill, you already lost. So fast forward, they're on the Las Vegas Strip. Dude is looking for Finny the Legend, riding around. He heard he was in his city. They're in Vegas. He's looking for him. Finally, he pull up. Finny the Legend and his wife, Bubbly, they're on the street filming some content. They're laughing and joking and having fun. Next thing you know, Buddy pull up. Pull out the hammer and start dumping. Kill Finny the Legend. Then turn the gun on his wife and shoot her in the back. His wife was like, yo, what the hell are you doing? He may not have got the wife if the wife had not gotten in between them and was like, you know, challenging him. She was like, what are you doing? And then dude started dumping on her. There was a slight chance that the wife may have been able to get away, but she was just, I guess she was in shock or something. And dude turned the gun and started dumping on her. So I just don't think that when these dudes be bumping their gums, I don't think it's responsible to do all of that bumping your gums and you got family and you got people that you claim that you love. Because maybe you don't care about your own life and you ready and you bought that life and you don't give a damn or whatever. But what about these people you say you love? What about your wife? You know, that you're supposed to be protecting. What about your children? Because you can't predict when them boys come, where they gonna come from and where they gonna show up at. You don't know if they're gonna pull up at your house. You don't know if they're gonna pull up at your studio. They gonna catch you at the light. You don't know. And your people can get their head knocked off because of something you did, something you said. So I have to question, how much did you really care about your people when you behave that way? And I'm gonna tell you something else too, fam. These damn people in the comments, these so-called subscribers and followers, they the most instigating bastards in the world. They are the worst because it's them with all that hoorahing, all of that tough talking and egging you on. Yeah, get them, get them, get them. They running over there to you, jumping in your DMs, telling you what somebody else is doing, what somebody else said. And then they running back over to see what you say about them. Then they running back over to see what they say about you. Then they're running back over here to see what you say about them. And then they running back over there like some little bitches. Yeah, the people in the comments, the damn your followers, your subscribers gonna get your ass murdered. You gotta know how to rail that shit back, man. You gotta know how to not let that stuff go to your head. Let that little power go to your head. Let them little likes and subscribers and followers go to your head. Don't let that go to your head. You still gotta live. You still got a life. You still gotta walk out that door. You still gotta go into that store. You still gotta hop on that plane, pull up at that school. You still gotta go to that graduation. Make that appearance. Go to the DMV. Get that tire changed. Stop at the gas station. Pull up at that light. Them fans and subscribers, they're not gonna be at that light. When them bullets start flying, them fans and subscribers are not going to be at that light. They're not gonna even tell you, here they come. They ain't gonna do none of that. They gonna be minding their own business, doing whatever they do, watching TV, online, chilling, talking to their friend, working, at the club, having a good time. Then they're gonna hear, oh, for real? Oh man, that's messed up. And they're gonna go right online and make their little comment, RIP. And then they're gonna go and see what somebody else saying, seeing what this person saying, seeing what this person, and then, you know, for a few days, they're gonna talk about you, then your ass is gonna fade to black. And they're gonna be on to something else, and your people gonna be left to pick up the pieces. So you can't let all that little stuff go to your head, you know. All they to his face. And 99.9% of these dudes would never, ever, ever say, they wouldn't say a fraction of the things that they say online to another man's face. Not a fraction of it. These dudes this dude killed a man and his wife, and then subsequently threw his own life away over some internet talking, tough talking on the internet. But they was doing the type of talking that can get you killed. They were doing the type of talking that would warrant somebody got to go. All of that calling another man the B word and H word and all this stuff, knowing you would never say that in their face. All of that type of talking. Those are the type of words can get a man killed. The internet is just a buffer. The internet is a buffer between you and the person you running that mouth, running that trap about. It's just a buffer. Buffers can get knocked out the way, can be knocked down. Buffers can be knocked down. Buffers can be penetrated. So a lot of these dudes, they be counting on that internet to save them. And when that day come, and it will come, it always come. Because this ain't the first time we heard about something like this happening. Again, I'm not picking sides, fam. Both of these dudes was talking equally reckless to each other, and I don't know which one of them started it. I just got hip to who they were today. I had never heard of either one of them. But, you know, listening to these people on the internet, these people in the comments, I just saw somebody in the comments a minute ago talking about, am I going to address this person or that nigga, shut up. I address who I want to address when I feel like addressing something. Y'all niggas on the internet don't tell me how to handle my business, how to handle real business. You have no idea how to handle real business. You have no idea how to handle real street stuff. You have no idea. But they jump online and they start talking slick. They jump online and start talking really, really slick. And, oh man, such said this. And these are mostly men talking like this, family. These are men. Men sitting around watching other men live their life and calling out other men. Men talking about other men every day. That's all they do. They ain't got nothing else better to do. Talking about men for hours at a time online, just talking about men. Men. These are undercover homosexuals, really, is what they are. These are dudes who could not be that dude in real life. They wasn't that dude in real life. They was never that dude in high school. They was never that dude. So they wake up one morning, they get online, and they become a tough guy online. They find a tough guy to target, talk down on, somebody whose shoes they could never walk in, and talk down on that guy. And they hoping that by them talking down on a real guy, a guy who got real street cred, a guy who's really done it, a guy who is really solid, that somehow that guy's reputation will transfer over to them, because after all, you gotta be tough if you talked about that guy. You don't play with him, he don't play. The real people who know that he don't play. But you can buy yourself some time because you're on the internet, and they know that. So this is what's happening a lot of times. You know, most of the times, this is what's happening. You have nothing ass dudes who ain't never been nothing. They ain't never been a dude that women wanted. They ain't never been the dude that dudes want to be like. And so really, they done lived their life and are and jealous of real solid dudes their whole life. They've been jealous of solid dudes. So they wake up and get online and they start talking down on solid dudes. And the slow pokes, the people that are just like them, and a lot of the slow pokes, they hear that and they get excited because they really want to be able to talk down on that same type of dude, because they know they ain't never been that dude either. This is why those type of dudes can get an audience, because it's a whole bunch of them dudes like that. It's a whole bunch of little male heifers out there just like them. That's how they can have an audience. So if you're just not joining, fam, we got a man, we got a YouTuber and his wife who was gunned down on the Vegas Strip, right in front of the Bellagio, gunned down, taken out. And this allegedly is from an online beef on YouTube where they have been going back and forth at each other, even going as far as putting strikes on each other's channels. If you don't know what a strike is, that's when somebody another content creator contacts YouTube, or it don't have to be a content creator, but it can be anybody on YouTube contacting YouTube to report your page, to say that you have been violating the community guidelines. Either you said something hateful, maybe you tried to dox somebody, maybe you're lying on somebody, or you trying to get them a copyright strike. So 3 strikes, you're out. So YouTube will strike They'll strike your videos. And if they give you 3 strikes, you're out, your channel gets suspended, you're done. And for some people, that's their only source of income. So, and if it's not their only source of income, for some people, it's their only source of engaging with outsiders, connecting with people. A lot of people find for some people, their whole identity is on YouTube. So you take that away from them, then they ain't got nothing. So they really look forward to holding up that channel. So if you start messing with their channel, you pretty much messing with their livelihood and you messing with their lifeline, you know? And so people take those strikes seriously. So both of them had been going back and forth, putting strikes on each other's channels. I heard with my own ears, Finney the Legend, who was murdered along with his wife, say that he was about that life. Like, nigga, I'm looking for it. I want it. I'm about the extra stuff. I want it. Pull up. He was telling Buddy, pull up. But Buddy pulled up. And he came out with that hammer and he gunned him down and he gunned his wife down, shot his wife in the back. Now, Buddy took care of his business. He handled his business. He did what he said he was going to do. What I heard from Finney the Legend. Finney the Legend was not ready for no gunplay. He wanted to fight Buddy. Buddy was thinking about killing. So anytime you thinking about fighting and somebody else is thinking about killing, you already lost. Buddy was serious. He was thinking about killing. And he killed him. Now, we can say, oh, Buddy messed his life off, which he did. But Finney the Legend and his wife is dead. Finney the Legend, I'm sure, did not think that Buddy would have took it that far. And I do believe that most dudes who's been murdered didn't think that their killer would take it that far. Else they would have tried something different. If they did think their killer would take it that far, I don't understand that type of thing unless you like on a battlefield, you know, like where you don't have a choice. Somebody gonna die. I could die. I'm going in and knowing I could die. I'm on the battlefield. But just being out here in the free world and having options, being able to de-escalate situations, being able to move this way instead of moving that way. That part right there is harder for me to understand. When you have options, when you could clearly just say, you know what, I'm not going to roll around in the mud with that dude. This internet is like, it's the new cell phone on amped up 1,000 times. Remember, not the new phone, the new what they call that phone, the rotary phone or something. Remember back in the gap when, you know, when people want to try to talk tough, they be on the phone talking tough, and then you be like, yeah, where you at? Woo, woo, woo. Normally, they'll never come around you because normally dudes on the phone, you know, it's a known thing that when dudes be on the phone talking tough, they cowards, right? So you never had to worry about them pulling up because they wasn't going to pull up because they cowards. That's why they on the phone talking tough. Usually, like, a man ain't going to be on the phone talking tough because he already knows that the moment you say the wrong thing, he want to be able to reach out and touch you. So he not going to be on the phone talking like that. You know, he not going to be on the internet talking like that because he already know. He want to be able to get close enough to you so when you do start yapping, he can reach out and touch you. This is why it ain't wise to make threats. You're not even supposed to let your enemy know how much you want to get with them, how badly you want to get at them. You're not supposed to let them know that. I do believe Finney the Legend did not think dude would take it that far. He couldn't have, because if he thought he would have taken it that far, I don't think he would have been out there on that strip with his wife like that, happy-go-lucky, laughing and giggling and filming content. He would have known, okay, the killer coming. This killer dude could pop up anytime and start popping. So let me not even go this way. Let me not even be out here like that. See? That's why I don't believe that he thought that dude would take it that far. But he took it there. And that's the thing about human beings, dealing with human beings. You never know when somebody is, has reached has reached the end. You don't never know when somebody is at that point, especially if they ain't telling you. But dude was he was telling dude what he was thinking the whole while. They was talking really reckless to each other. But maybe he just thought, oh, dude just talking like he always been talking. No, dude came to kill something. And he killed something. He killed somebody. And now he gonna have to face the consequences. You got 2 bodies in the morgue and another body in the county jail on his way to prison for Lord knows how many years. He just gave up his freedom and put his future in the hands of people who were hired to not show him mercy. He just put his future in their hands. Now his fate got to be decided by either 12 jurors or a judge who has the type of latitude, if he wanted to go by the jury's verdict and give him that 20 piece or 40 or 50 piece or 60 piece, whatever they gonna give him. Or, you know what, I'm gonna give you a break, and instead of giving you this 25 that the jury recommended, I'm gonna go ahead on and let you have, I'm gonna let you make it and give you, 10 years, 12 years, 5 years deferred, whatever. So once again, an internet beef ends in tragedy. We've been here before, right? Once again, an internet beef ends in tragedy. You got to be careful how you run that mouth on that internet. It's not just you. Okay, you ain't scared. You ready, you tough, you ready for whatever. You ain't scared. And perhaps you think you got everything covered at home. But you do know that your woman can't be around you 24/7. And even if she is, when them killers come, they ain't gonna say, hey, can you scoot over so I can shoot your husband? Nah, they gonna shoot you and her. When them killers come and start shooting in that house, they may or may not spare your children. They may or may not spare your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your best friend. You've been bumping. You and your best friend riding in the car. You bumping. You pull up at the light. Here they come. Your boy get hit. That's your best friend. You just got your best friend killed for running your damn mouth. But you can't see it because you're emotional. You're an emotional dude. You can't see it. These type of things happen all the time, fam. This happen all the time. And the cold part is it's gonna get worse. This gonna get worse, way worse before it get better. What's up, little mama? Black warrior spirit. Black warrior spirit. Yeah, fam, go on, buddy, YouTube, and man, he talking reckless. And the other dude, he got some video of the other dude talking reckless to him too. But they talking really, really disrespectful. They really disrespectful toward one another. You know, that type of stuff, that type of talking usually would get a person killed like immediately. But since people got the internet, there's some distance between them. The internet has created distance. But once they come together, all that other stuff is still on the table. Once that gap get closed, you can't control what go down from there. So anybody doing all that on the internet, you just better hope that you stay at a nice, safe distance. Because if you doing that with a real one, it's gonna happen. Sooner or later, it's gonna happen. Y'all remember the case with the women? The mother who drove her 2 daughters to that woman's salon to fight them? And they went up in there, that woman pulled that gun and killed both of her daughters, put both of her daughters in body bags. The mama took off. The mama left her daughters lying on the floor at the salon. The mama, who's supposed to have a little bit more sense, loaded up the car with her daughters, drove over to that woman's business, and went in there and confronted that woman over some stupid, silly stuff. That woman pulled that gun out and body bagged both of her daughters and didn't go to jail. Self-defense. Everybody ain't playing. That's my time, fam. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.